indeed. Welcome to Never Not Funny. My name is Jimmy Pardo, host of the program. I don't know what that is.
We got a problem.
I don't know what that is.
We got
what is it?
Emergency.
Abort!
Emergency.
Abort! What do we got? What is that?
It's your clock.
Okay, why is that going off? Unbelievable. Okay, I don't know what caused that. Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize. Let's see if it goes off again at the 5-second mark. That was very frightening. I thought it was an earthquake. I thought it could have been another Amber Alert waking me up in the middle of the night. I know that upset a lot of people on Facebook.
Yeah.
Why am I getting an Amber? You're one of the assholes.
Yes, sir.
Elliot.
Yes, I am.
Oh, I got an Amber Alert. That bothered me. Fuck you. Fuck all of you that were upset about an Amber Alert. There's a child. At the time, they thought there were 2 children missing, and I'm reading on Facebook that people had to turn their fucking phone off for a minute. Blow me and go fucking kill yourself. I'm not kidding around.
Was your phone on audio?
Yeah, the whole shot. Did I get? No, you're good for. If I was alerted to that and I look over and there in my dining room is that child, I make that phone call. I'm grateful that I was alerted that child should be with his parents, not at my house, watching Smurfs 1 in 3D on my new television. So, but if I'm driving down the street and I get that alert, yeah, it might frighten me for half a second. But if you take one goddamn second of your life to complain that your phone bothered you, you're an asshole.
It was really late at night.
You're an asshole.
Were you asleep? I thought you're a night owl.
Actually, in fairness to Elliot, it wasn't. Elliot's said.
Yeah, Elliot didn't complain as much as he was.
No, the people commenting on Elliot specifically.
Yeah.
One woman specifically who is maybe, I'm going to say it, a fucking cunt. There, I've said it. Because if you feel that way, that a phone making a noise is bothersome, yet a child being abducted you shouldn't be warned about it, fucking kill yourself. I'm tired of the bullshit. We'll be back right after this. Welcome to the show, everybody. That's it. I apologize. Boy, oh boy, I apparently had some anger.
You had a little bit of anger needed to get out.
I was very upset. I couldn't believe that anybody was bent out of shape about being alerted that a child was.
It startled me. I will say it startled me.
Startled you, but did you run to Facebook to complain that you were bothered?
I was asleep, so then I went back to sleep as soon as it happened.
Or you go on there like Elliot did. Did anybody else get an Amber Alert? This is weird. This hasn't happened before. Maybe it should, and then like Elliot said, it should stay on the front page of your phone so that you can look again. You don't have to hunt for it.
That was the thing that Elliot was saying that I was backing him up on, which is
100%.
What was confusing. The thing that was confusing was that it said Boulevard, California, and I was like, oh, this got cut off. It said something Boulevard, California. Right. And I was like, that's weird. Why can't I see the rest of the message?
Hollywood Boulevard, Ventura Boulevard.
This doesn't help me at all. And then I find out there's actually a city called Boulevard, California. And
down on the boulevard?
Is that true?
On the boulevard?
That's why it was. Yeah, it's down. It's like right on the. It's like south of San Diego, somewhere between San Diego and Tijuana, which is like I didn't think there was anything between there.
You know who else is down there? The Brass, Herb Alpert. The Tijuana Brass. They're down in that area. Sure. They play the boulevard on a regular basis.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. That part of it was confusing. And Elliot, and just to be clear, to you or anybody that I may or may not have just offended. I'm not. If you want to go on there and go, hey, this is weird. Hey, there's a better way to handle this. I got no problem with that. If you're saying it disrupted your life and you want to know how to turn that feature off, you're a fucking loser. And I'm serious about that. If you want to know how to turn off a feature that potentially can help you find a child that was abducted at the mall, at a carnival, at a fair. Let me give you as many examples as possible. At a car dealership, at the beach. You're walking down this aforementioned Hollywood Boulevard, and there's Spider-Man. Takes his mask off, takes a child, puts his mask back on. If there's an alert for that, look for a license plate, SPDR1. You know, now I'm alerted to this. If you want to know how to turn that off, you're a fucking loser on this planet, and I'm serious.
That said, it's in settings, notifications, and alerts. You can turn it off.
You're a loser, and I'm serious.
There is one you can't turn off though. It's the presidential. Yeah. There's 3 levels. There's what is it? Emergency, Amber, and then presidential. You can turn the first 2 off, and that's like natural, like thunderstorm, flooding is emergency, and then Amber is like children abducted, and then the presidential one you just have to deal with. If the president feels the need to text message the entire country, you're getting that message, and I think that's kind of cool that he could do that.
I like that, but I also love this Amber Alert.
Leave it on.
Leave it on.
I like that it's on by default. That seemed to be what people were annoyed by. Like, why I didn't even know this was on. Well,
right.
That's the point. It should be. They should be able to reach as many people.
Because what if at the time you're driving in Oceanside.
And you look down at your phone to see what it says.
Oh, here we go. This is his other beef. His other beef was that you didn't like that you're not supposed to be texting while
fine.
driving.
All right, shut that down. You're at Denny's in Oceanside. You're finishing your meal. You're walking to your car. Hey, that's weird. I'm getting an Amber Alert of a blue Nissan with this license plate. All right, well, let's continue back. Let's go home to Valencia, Ma. You get in your car, and holy shit, there's that car. Now, if you had that off, you wouldn't have seen it. So there's no argument against it. I refuse to accept any argument. I refuse. Because there isn't one.
Well,
There isn't one.
can I try?
I would love to hear you.
Is your mic on?
I don't know.
Hello?
There
Turn
it
it
is.
off. Turn it off.
Oh,
It's off.
all right. Fair enough. I just
Oh, I'm turning it back on.
I was in North Hollywood, and the guy had just left San Diego.
Great. So in a couple hours, he's going to be in North Hollywood.
Well, that's fine. Then in a couple of hours, let me know.
Oh, at 2 in the morning? That
No.
would be better?
Wrong.
But there's
let,
no way
let
that-
you know as soon as they know the child's missing. And then in a couple of hours, hey, this asshole stops off to get gas in North Hollywood. What a great coincidence,
If-
Elliot, that you happen to read the thing.
If that
no!
if that is the logic, then I just think it should have a different buzz from the "it's an emergency and you're about to die."
If you backpedal now.
I'm not. I'm gonna politely disagree.
Like, why can't it just be a chime at that point?
Because the
It's not-
chime, you're gonna think it's an email. You're gonna think it's a text
Yeah,
message.
just ignore it.
But if it's 2 hours from now that it might actually be a piece of information I would need.
The sooner they
First
do
of all,
it,
I don't know
the-
where your phone is. Keep that in mind.
the sooner the message goes out, the tighter the net is.
Exactly.
Because the longer
the
they
sooner
wait.
it's out, the tighter the net.
That's a John
I'm
Cochran.
gonna say tighter the web. I'm gonna go back to my Spider-Man analogy. SB. Wait, what was it?
Are you dressed like Spider-Man?
Am I? No, the gentleman on Hollywood Boulevard is.
Okay.
That is a little superhero-ish.
If you think it's uncomfortable to look at me in this shirt, imagine me wearing it.
I'm just trying to change the subject.
I was so upset by those Facebook things. I'm not kidding. I was very upset.
And that was like a month ago.
It was like 2.5 weeks ago.
Maybe 2 minutes.
By the way, it's gonna come out. That fucking broad's involved. There's no doubt in my mind that kid's involved in this murder.
You think?
Yeah, I do. I think
There's some weird
she's
stuff.
She's not innocent in this whole thing. You don't go on the listen. You don't go on the internet the next day and start talking about your favorite music. In a chat room. The day you're supposed to be burying your mother and brother, and there's problems there.
Who knows how a 13-year-old processes that?
I gotta tell you something. First, she's 16. Second of all,
Oh.
I'm not a psychiatrist.
I thought she was 13. Is that really? She's 16?
16 years old. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's much different.
Yeah, 16, maybe going on 17. 16, oh, we got it. Might be going on 17. I don't know when her birthday is. Probably should look that up. She's very attractive.
Oh, boy. Well,
Right?
apparently she's on the internet. You can
Right? You get in a chat room?
Send her a friend
Chat room,
request.
chit-chat with her a little bit?
So offensive.
See what she's about?
You said the C word and still this is more offensive.
I said it, I meant it. I'm not going to
I know, I know, I know.
We're going to get emails on that, and I don't care. I meant that one. It's
think
the
when we-
second time in my life I meant it.
When we took the gay F word away from you, I think you went hard to the C.
It's not true. I've never said it before, except when I told the story about Clint's dad writing on my son's shirt.
And yeah.
Where the L and the U, the L and the
Right.
I look too close.
Maybe it's just that in life you say it so much.
That is not
I'm
true.
joking, I'm joking.
Thank you, but they don't know you're joking.
That's why I said it. I said it because they don't know.
I don't like that kind of humor. Now listen, I think that word is reserved for when you absolutely mean it and somebody is acting that way. And by the way, that word very common overseas.
Yes, we all know you're an Anglophile.
Very common overseas. You know that I toured with Men at Work for a long time. The Aussies, your Kiwis. This is a word that they use on a daily basis. It didn't even register to our Kiwi fans.
No.
You
Yeah,
understand?
that's a nothing to them.
It's nothing. Here's Jimmy doing one of his rants.
It's like saying fanny.
Right? I like saying Fanny. That's you know what says Fanny a lot is my buddy Hawk Harrelson over there on the White Sox broadcast. You got to get your Fanny down. You get your Fanny down, brings your head down, brings your eye line down. You can make contact with the ball.
I don't like that.
Fanny?
I don't like that word.
He's an 80-year-old man. Can't say ass. Can't say butt. Can't say backside. Sounds weird. Fanny at least has a little bit of humor to it. Got to get your Fanny down.
Yeah, I like backside. I think that sounds more like an 80-year-old to me saying backside.
Got to get your backside down.
Yeah.
I don't know. Fanny, you know what Fanny is.
Hate tush. Worst.
Really? I like tush is fine. I like when a little kid says it. I like when ZZ Top says it because they're just looking for it.
Right.
They're just looking for some tour. That's LaGrange. That's a different song altogether. They all sound the same. Then they all spin their guitars around and we all give a shit for 6 months and then hope to God they never record another album. Right?
Hey, speak for yourself.
Speak for yourself.
I'm kidding. I hate
Can't
them
be a
too.
ZZ Top fan.
No, you aren't either.
What?
You aren't either.
ZZ Top's one of those bands that I will hear Sharp Dressed Man for the first time in 3 years. And I go, you know what? I'll revisit ZZ Top. And I buy the best of, and within seconds I regret that purchase.
What you should do is instead of throwing the CD away, which is what I assume you do,
I don't know.
take the CD and put a big X on it and then put it somewhere in your collection, I guess, but put it somewhere prominent so that when you go to buy it the next time in 3 years, you see the CD with the X on it, you go, oh, this is a...
Oh, that's right. I want to hear
This
that.
is a no-go.
What I do, Matt, I appreciate your advice. That's good advice. What I will do, and I apologize to listener for my anger at the top of the show, but I think we'll all stand by me. And let's be very clear. If you don't, stop listening. And I'm serious about that, too. If you don't agree with me, close up shop, send me your T-shirt back. You're out. I'm running out of time.
I want to say something to those people real quick. Would it change your opinion if you could change the chime to a soundbite from Never Not Funny? Like if you heard "my brother" at 11:30 at night, would that be better?
No, because something fun's happening.
My brother. Oh God, there's a child missing.
That's right. You can't do that because that's a fun thing.
This is a little weird.
My brother. Oh, up top. Hey, no, something's happening. Never Not Funny. Oh no, instead there's a child murdered. All right,
And then when they find the child, my pleasure.
idiot. No, listen. What I do with these CDs now is I put them in a box, and then when I host the auction at Amoeba,
Oh, you give them away, right?
I do a mystery box.
Yeah.
I cram a bunch of CDs, DVDs, and that I don't want anymore, and I auction that off, and then that person can walk right over to the trade-in desk.
Oh yeah.
And they can get, it could be worth, let's pretend I put 40 in there. It could be worth anywhere between $20 and $300. Because I put good stuff in there.
Is that for real? You put 40 CDs in a box?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, or DVDs. This time it was DVDs. It was more DVDs than CDs this time. Because upgraded to some Blu-ray, upgraded to some box sets.
Sure.
So some loose Marx Brothers.
that?
Woo! Yeah, he's excited about it.
Getting excited.
I don't know, he's trying to have some positive energy after getting yelled at the second that we both walked in. Poor Elliot.
He was yelling at us.
Well, I made him force his hand to explain lighting to me.
Mm-hmm. You did force his hand. I saw that.
Sweet. I saw that. Hey, first day of first grade today for Oliver. First day for kindergarten for Zoe.
Right. Yeah.
Right? How was that for you guys?
I'm going to quote my friend or Zoe's friend's mother. A little anticlimactic.
Really?
After all I was kind of nervous all weekend, all morning, and then she's in an afternoon. She's in a PM program, so we dropped her off at 11:50. And
Prime Minister program. She's training to.
yes, she's going to be ruling the UK at some point.
By the way, speaking of that, I'm very concerned about the prince. Apparently, he had to use a car seat today. And that was front page news on CNN.com.
Well, was that a follow up to the fact that they didn't strap their baby in correctly when they left the hospital?
Is that maybe it is?
It's probably why they were reporting on that. Yeah, they had the baby swaddled, and then they put it in the seat and just put the thing over it. Like you have to go between the legs and over the arm, like under the arms.
Well, how fast are they driving in a motorcade?
That was my argument. It's like nothing's ever gonna. There's like a billion security guards.
I don't know.
around
We
them.
thought nothing was going to happen to sweet Diana, and look what happened
That
to
was the
her.
other thing. So it was like, well, at least nothing bad has ever happened to these people in a car.
Right? I mean, which I agree with. There's some conspiracy there. There's no doubt about it.
Sure.
What do you think about them blowing the lid off Area 51 and letting us know that who cares? It's a big shrug.
I didn't hear about that.
Nothing's happening over there. They say that they've done experiments and stuff, but there's no UFOs there. There's nothing. Here's a map. Here's some aerial photographs. Take
And
a
you
look.
buy all that?
Yeah.
That's exactly what they want you to believe.
Yeah, I know. I love that's every conspiracy theorist argument. That's what they want you to think. Oh, you can't win an argument with people like that.
No.
Because you know why? They're crazy.
Yeah. Anyway, kindergarten, first grade. Yeah, it was just kind of like she was excited. She was, except for a little bit of a meltdown in the morning because there was no structure to her day yet. Like she was just bouncing off the
Too
walls.
late in the day to start for a child.
Yeah, she didn't know, she's just like, eh. But, and she admitted that she was kind of nervous, which was shocking because she never says anything like that. She was mostly just excited. But then when she got there, she was running around having a great time. And she actually physically pushed Elise away. She was like, go, come on. Like, not in a mean way, but she was
I've met Elise.
Wow, you're going to hear it about that one.
Well, she knows my opinion today. This is the wrong day to come after me. Bring it on, Mrs. Belknap.
Anyway, she was shoving us out the door and was having a blast. So it was good. It was good. But it wasn't like my wife didn't cry, that was shocking. I didn't cry. It was just
I think preschool and the amount of preschooling that we've done is different than when our parents did it. Although a woman at Oliver's school, first grade, was bawling today.
Really?
Bawling.
It's the same school that he went to last year, right?
Yeah, new location.
Oh, okay.
They moved to a new location.
That's
and the classes are mixed up and that sort of thing. And,
right, new kids.
And this woman's a little.
Man, you are.
Boy, Danielle and I put our foot. We both put. I will always be the one that does this, but she did it too. What?
You said N-word.
Top 5 funniest things that guy's ever said. And I told him to shut up, too. That's the thing that's funny. Keep your mouth shut. Yeah, then the one thing he says, it was worth it.
It was funny because it was kind of quiet.
That's
the fact that you couldn't hear it made it funny.
It did. I like it. So they switched. They changed locations. So they needed help, assistance to move from one school to the next. And, and so they were asking the parents for their help, and I did not at all the entire summer because I have 4 frickin' jobs. You know what I mean? Because I'm crazy busy and and not interested. That's not true. But so what I was going to do then when we got to the school yesterday was they have the wish board of supplies that they need. So I was like, I'll make up for it by buying a bunch of items on this thing. So I'm collecting those things. And by the way, this was after the assembly. This was on Saturday. Saturday they had an assembly to meet meet the new teacher and see the new campus and that sort of thing. Yeah. So at the assembly, the principal's giving the speech about, I'd like to thank all the parents that donated their time. Some parents came over on their lunch break to carry things, to the truck. So even that 50 minutes was very helpful. Some parents came at 7 a.m. before they went to work. Other parents came after work. They were here until midnight. In my mind, I'm going, well, I didn't help out because I didn't have the time. Wah, wah. These people are, one guy came by as he was driving, literally every excuse covered with this speech. So I was like, I'll get a bunch of stuff and I'll donate by buying. And so we're there, and there's a woman who, admittedly, is kind of, I've seen her, we've not been in the same class with her before, but I've seen her around, and just one of those people that, and by the way, nobody likes me. Let's be very clear. Nobody cares for me at all.
Maybe they just haven't gotten to know you.
You think that's going to help?
You never show up. That's why.
Yeah, right. Oh, they're working. You're out talking to a microphone for a living.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I try to have conversation. No matter what I say, they stare at me like I'm an idiot, and they bore me with their fucking lives. And so, to me, that means they don't care for me because they think that I'm interested.
Right.
They misread every piece of body language they've ever been taught. So, we're at the wish board, and I'm grabbing. I said, boy, I couldn't help. I didn't do anything this summer, so I'm gonna. And I said this. I feel guilty. I didn't do anything this summer. I'm gonna make up for it by buying this. And she goes, yeah, I haven't done anything yet either.
This might be the last straw. I like that belt, though.
Thank you.
Didn't see it until you leaned back in frustration. It's a nice red belt. What does it say on it?
It doesn't fucking matter what this belt says. This belt is about to say, strangle Elliot. It's all recycled, the belt.
Fantastic.
The belt's recycled. It glows in the dark. It does everything.
Really?
You don't need. Does everything you don't need a belt to do.
It's red, but it glows in the dark.
Right in the dark. Yeah.
Wow.
But I don't wear it with a shirt that I would ever tuck in because let's face it, it's a ridiculous belt.
It's a little loud.
So it never really glows because it never sees enough light.
Right.
What is it? St. John's Wort? What do they sell over the counter that is the equivalent to Xanax that I can take every Monday before I come in here? Because at some point, it's funny when Jimmy yells and screams. I get it. I get the emails. I see the comments on the internet. We get it. It's part of the persona. We understand it's comedy.
Yeah.
I get it. But I'm in the middle of a fucking story. And what happens? I hear a school bell go off in the middle of my story.
Kind of like an Amber Alert.
From a guy who's mad at the Amber Alert. That's okay to him.
No, it's not.
How do you feel about him stepping on the Amber Alert joke then just now? If the bell bothered you, what do you think of that piece?
I'm sorry, Jimmy.
Well, I shouldn't have made it worse.
I go to therapy every Tuesday so that I have less anger at everybody in this world. But I'm going to have a separate session just for Elliot therapy.
You start going on Sundays, so you're,
That's the Lord's Day. I don't want to confuse my two thoughts.
maybe she has some time,
That's when
or he.
It's when I
he
go
now.
to church and I allow a man to fondle me. And that is wonderful therapy.
Yeah.
It's relaxing. My balls got to work out. That may be where I got the epididymitis, which may or may not be creeping back, by the way.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's a...
Tingle. How does it start? Does it start as a tingle?
It starts at pain.
It gets worse, or just starts immediately, like goes from 0 to awful?
You know what? It's actually not hurting today. It was hurting yesterday. Probably because I was standing with my balls against the pointing end of a table. That may have been a mistake.
Well, why were you doing that?
Initially, I just scratch, and I'm like a bear. That I don't know how to scratch myself, so I go up against another item and I just rub against it. So this woman says, remember the story?
Yep.
Before the
Yeah, I do.
Before apparently I was out of time. She says, yeah, I haven't done anything either, which then led Danielle and I to believe the floodgates are open. Hey, we found somebody we could bond with over the fact that we didn't help out. And I said, and Danielle says, I go, oh, yeah, oh, good, we're not alone. And Danielle said, yeah, we weren't able to help at all. She goes, oh, no, we were here almost every day. And she goes, I meant I haven't started buying the supplies yet for her. We've been so busy helping here. Complete wrong. Completely misread this. And I look at Danielle, and the woman walks away, and I go, wah, wah. And she goes, well, there's a friend we're not going to have all summer. Like, we so misread the signal.
Yeah.
Like, oh, good, we bond, we're not alone. Oh, we're alone.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
You got enough friends.
Damn right I do. Damn right I do. Got one less today. That person that commented on Elliot's thing.
Oh.
All right, let's go. This has been a good ramp up, good start.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Positive energy all
Very
the way around.
Positive energy. A lot of let's be very honest. There's a lot of funny. A lot of funny happened there.
I agree. It made me laugh.
Watching Jimmy stew, that's always funny. Watching Jimmy eat stew, not as funny. I'm not gonna lie. That is not a funny thing.
That's
Garen, if
just-
you ever thought about sitting around watching me eat stew, I'm going to tell you right now, save your time. Do not do it.
Yeah, you're not really a physical comic. You're not like
I don't think that's fair.
Charlie Chaplin. I just mean like.
I mean, I'm not. Listen, I appreciate the comparison, but you're right. I'm not. I'm not.
Like just you eating stew isn't going to be a laugh
I'm not a
riot.
Chaplin. I'm not a Benny Hill. I'm not one of the greats.
Chaplin and Benny Hill.
Wouldn't Benny Hill be considered a great physical comedian, even though it's not my cup of tea?
I don't know the answer to that. That's a good question.
You don't get a charge out of that? You don't laugh at that?
I do like when you do it.
Right? Wasn't that it? Didn't he turn it upside down?
Yeah.
Oh, God. That's why we beat you people in a war. We knew that was coming. We were trying to kill his lineage. Don't awe me. I'll fucking ring your bell.
Ring my bell.
Come ring my bell. Ring my bell. Ring, ring, ring. Who did it? Anybody?
Was it the Weather Girls?
Donna Summer.
Pretty
Anita
good guess.
Is that Donna Summer?
I thought it was Donna Summer.
Who's Anita King?
Might be Donna
Just a
Summer.
neighbor, huh?
Isn't she that gay-hating woman from the 80s?
No, that's Anita Bryant.
Oh.
Isn't she that gay-hating woman from the 80s? Man, she was a pain in the ass. Back when we could dislike the gay without being frowned upon. That woman just went too far. I mean, that's the truth, right?
Anita Bryant?
Yeah. You too young for Anita Bryant?
No, I remember her name. I couldn't name one song of hers.
No, she wasn't. She wasn't a singer necessarily. I mean,
Was
she was like a singer the way that Kathy Lee Gifford was.
Right,
I think.
right,
I think she was one of those.
Yeah.
Did you do something here?
No, I'm just saying them because it looked like Garen was about to talk.
I was gonna say that Anita Ward sings "Ring My Bell."
I was close. What did I say? Anita King. Anita Ward,
Ward.
sang "Ring My Bell." Then did she go on to do porn? Who's the one that went on? Who was these? Had a big hit song in the '70s and went on to do porn when their career as a one-hit wonder fizzled out. It's not her. Who is it? Can you put in '70s one-hit wonder porn?
Andrea True.
That's it. What was her hit?
More.
More, more. How do you like it? She might have been doing porn during that. Look that up in the break.
Is that what she was talking about when she said more?
How do you
More?
like it? More, more.
What the fuck was that noise now?
What was it? Who was it? You? What'd you do? Oh, yeah, you did it on purpose for humor. All right. Listen. Let's take a break.
Yeah.
Let's regroup. You're an idiot.
I can't believe it took you that long to do
I
it.
know.
Though.
I'm kind of glad it did because if it would have interrupted that fucking school story a second time,
Oh my God.
I would have disconnected this microphone and thrown it.
Longtime listeners know that Pat is the original Elliot.
Yeah, but he grew out of it. He successfully grew out of it.
Yeah.
I had to avoid injury.
All right, let's take a quick break. We'll be back. Pat Francis is here. The third chair joins us in a minute. Hey, everybody. This episode, I don't want to say it's brought to you by GoDaddy. I don't know if that's an accurate statement. But this is a reminder. This is a wake-up call
Yeah.
to use that code NNF295 if you want to get yourself a new domain name over there at GoDaddy.com. GoDaddy.com is that's the top of the line when it comes to domain names, right, Matt?
So it's the King Tuna. Is that a phrase?
Yeah. It's the king tuna of web domain name sites.
Yeah.
Web, right? Is that a sentence? They got to be happy with this commercial.
So far, so good.
They got to be thrilled with this one, right?
Yeah.
Right? You can get a name in there, Itchy Nose, itchynose.com. Well, maybe that's the domain.
That'd be a great site if you want to catalog all the times Jimmy gets an itchy nose on Never Not Funny.
I seem to be getting them.
It's a seasonal allergy.
I think it is.
would
I
guess.
think it's seasonal.
Yeah, I've gotten that too. My skin is reacting.
You having a tough time over there?
Yeah, it just gets really dry.
You know what I'm getting? This feels good as a 47-year-old man. Zit on my nose. I had one right here, and then I had a huge one. Maybe I still have it right there.
I can't see.
And that feels good to get a zit at this age. The one on the neck. All right, you know what? You're running. You're getting some, rubbing or whatever.
Yeah.
But the one on your nose, there's nothing you can do about that. I'm an entertainer. Yeah. I make my money half the time with my face.
Did you get your Oxy-10 pads?
Yes, I do. I get those.
Best way to take care of that.
Blackheads. I put that little thing on there, and then I peel it off, and then you ever do that? Put the thing in your nose, and then it hardens, and then you peel it off, and then you get to look and see what came out of your nose.
It's simultaneously very satisfying and very disgusting.
At the same time, but there's a joy there.
Yeah.
A joy to seeing that muck like stalactites.
You're making me sick.
Is it stalagmite or tight at that point? I guess if you hold it upside down.
Depends on how you're holding it.
Yeah, I'm going to hold it upside down.
Sure.
All right, so that's GoDaddy.com. This is the type of thing. There's websites for everything. Why shouldn't you have one is my point. And if you right now go to GoDaddy.com and use the code NNF295 at checkout, you get a brand new domain name or a transfer for $2.95.
Boom. Do it. Put up a photo album. You get a free photo album with it. You want photos on your album? Do it.
When it's time to renew, it's $9.99, right?
Believe so.
All right. Well, that's great news. GoDaddy.com. Do it. And then we'll take this banner down. Exactly. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the program, episode 1306. Is that accurate? Hey, don't forget, there's still a chance to upgrade your subscription to the Primo packages, the T-shirt, bag. There was controversy over the weekend. I saw it on Facebook on our Never Not Funny page that the might have been a 7.25 gusset as opposed to a 7.5 as you promised.
Oh, boy.
You didn't see that controversy?
No, I didn't.
I want to say it was our buddy Jason Wilcox out of Seattle commenting on the gentleman who actually helped design the inspiration behind this logo.
Yeah.
Pointing out, assumingly for humor, that the gusset was not as advertised.
Well, look, All I know is what the manufacturer tells me. And they say 7.5. That's what I go with. I did not break out the measuring stick.
Well, this guy did.
Measuring stick? Tape measure?
Measuring stick. I can say measuring stick. What's wrong with that?
Yardstick.
You know what the rulers were on sale for yesterday at Office Depot? Let's go around the room.
Okay.
Can anybody guess? Pat Francis is here. Let's go. We'll go around the room. In fact, we'll do it this way. I will introduce you, and then you give your guess. Your guess. There's no T at the end of that. There he is from PopCultureBeats.com. Did a great job at the break. Were you looking something up at the break?
Andrea True.
Andrea True. She did porn during or after that song.
She did porn in Scandinavia in the 60s
That a girl.
and did more than 60 hardcore films through the 70s to early to mid 80s.
Before you compliment him, he looks up porn the entire show.
Yeah,
So-
but it's usually not helpful to what I like.
Right, that's true.
It's usually a different world. That was a nice turn of phrase on my part. I'm proud of myself, and I'm proud of America for the way that we've adopted the gays. Accepted was the word I was looking for. Garen Cockrell. Hello, Garen.
Hello, sir.
Doing great.
Your guess. The price
Yes.
of a ruler.
How much the price of the ruler on sale over the weekend? 12-inch standard ruler, plastic.
Plastic.
Good-looking ruler.
All the same color, or do I have a
You
choice
know
of
what?
color?
You got a choice of colors. You got, and by the way, all in a nice translucent.
So it's the see-through color. It's not a
See-through,
solid-
but a nice like
Okay.
like almost starburst colors.
And this is at Office Depot?
Office Depot, translucent starburst colors, rulers,
Okay,
12-inch
here we go.
standard.
Jimmy, I'm going to say 5 cents.
They were on sale for 5 cents, according to Garen Cockrell. There he is from indhc.com. Elliot Hochberg. Hello, Elliot.
Hello.
Doing a great job as always.
sir.
I'll compliment your the opening credits to the show to make me feel good about having you here today.
Thank you, sir.
You do a great job. We had some controversy with video over the week
Yes.
that you aggressively tried to fix. And I
Yeah.
appreciate your time on that. I appreciate you coming here and being the whipping boy each and every week.
Thank you, sir.
Right? There's got to if it's not him, it's you.
That's right.
If it's not you, it's him. If it's not him, it's never going to be Garen. That
I
guy's
should be
had
the
enough
one-
of it.
I should be the one thanking him because he takes the heat off me.
He really does, because you were
Thank
the
you,
one that
Elliot.
you were
You're
the
welcome.
white
Thank
guy
you.
that was. That I said you're the bland white guy that's supposed to just speak for everybody, and I used to yell at you about that. But then luckily, Johnny Clunks now is running master control.
Before he guesses, remember, he would, if it was up to him, there would be no rulers and no children to use them.
Right? He wants all rulers taken.
Yes.
Right? It's or take him during the day when it's not an inconvenience to him. Right? Right? Go ahead and steal your children while I'm at work or I'm driving or having a sandwich.
Make it during broad daylight.
Right? So, Elliot, you got a guess on ruler.
I
On
think,
sale over there at the Office Depot.
I think 5 cents is too low. I'm going to go with 29 cents.
29 cents is not a bad guess. There he is over there, the honcho. He may know because he may maybe had to buy supplies for kindergarten.
Nope. I mean, my wife got some stuff at Target, but
I don't do that stuff. That's my wife.
I'm a man.
Ladies
Men don't
do
shop.
that.
Men like steak. I'll eat it all day. Rah, rah.
You know what? I do like steak. I got no problem
Yeah,
with
I do too.
steak.
I had
But you know
one
what? I'll
this
also
time.
go out and buy a ruler if I need to.
But I didn't
I
need
love
to.
shopping for supplies. I love
I do
it.
too. If you really want to get into it, I'm a little bit upset that my wife does all the shopping and I don't get the chance to do it. Like especially like birthday and Christmas stuff. Like she gets everything and I'm like, you stole my thunder. There's nothing left to get. And
Bad
Boy, you think
dad.
she's gonna be mad at me? Thank God you just took the
we've
heat
had-
off me.
We've had this conversation.
Oh, you've talked about it?
Yeah.
You talked about it?
Yeah, I actually tried to make a deal with her. I was like, look, you bought all the presents for Zoe her whole life. Now that Charlie's here, let me get, because he's a boy, let me get the stuff. Let me buy the toys. It didn't work.
Christmas morning rolls around. Zoe's got 50 gifts. Charlie, too.
But his two are a life-size bat cave. Right? That's the cool thing about having a boy is you get to
Yes.
buy all that Batman
That's
stuff.
all the stuff that part of me still
Yeah.
wants when I see it in the
Yeah.
store, even though I'm 30.
But then you know what happens? You get it home and you go, no, it's for a child. Because me too. It's like, look at that bat cave.
that thing
I
that
can't wait
Oliver
to buy
has
that.
is so awesome.
Yeah.
What is that? Imaginext or whatever?
Imagine next. Imagine next.
Is that a real song?
Yeah, it comes with a DVD of
that song.
of these guys that, and that's the theme song.
Was that what it's an Imaginext bat cave that he has.
yeah.
That thing is so cool.
There's also the Joker house, the whatever they call that,
Yeah.
the Joker
Joker's
hideaway.
Joker's got a house in most of the depictions of Joker.
Why can't he have? Where does he live, Pat? Where does the Joker live?
He lives on the street with all the other supervillains.
Those guys, no, they got to go somewhere, man.
Now, God damn it. Mr. Freeze, he better start taking care of his lawn.
Right? You're unhappy with the way he handles himself.
Yeah, and he won't shovel his walk either in the wintertime.
I don't care if he doesn't shovel his walk. I just want him to shovel the walk in front of his house.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right? He can do
Every
what
time he
wants on
tries,
his property.
he leaves a trail of snow behind him. It's a
Right?
problem.
It's really he should really have somebody else do it.
He's kind of like a modern day Sisyphus. Anyone?
Yeah, that's nice.
We know.
I'm gonna take the stone to
You know that.
Sisyphus.
Chicago.
right?
You got a guess?
Yeah, I'm going to say 25 cents. That's what I
25
was thinking,
cents.
even
quarter,
before Elliot.
Quarter dollar. Quarter. Hot cotta animals.
I'm going to say
Pat Francis
these are
is here,
not
the
being
third.
sold as. I'm going to say these are being sold.
Oh, you think it's a
3.
trick question?
Yeah, I think this is like 3 for a quarter.
First of all, let's think about this.
need
What
3
use do you
rulers.
have for 3 rulers?
I've got
I got
triplets.
3 kids,
You've
right?
got
You're
3
right.
Okay, now 2 cents.
And he needs to.
2 cents?
2 cents.
All right. Who thinks we're all? You say that for humor? Or is that your real guess?
No, because you made it sound like they were going to be super cheap. So I'm going to say 2 cents.
Why don't you just go 1? If they're going to make it 2, just make it 1. Make it a penny.
2 cents.
We're all in. We got what? 5 cents?
29.
Does anybody have the balls to bet on this? Anybody have the balls to bet on this?
I'm not going to say.
And I'll tell you this: if you guys all throw in $1, closest gets it.
I don't have a dollar bill.
I don't have a dollar bill either. I have 20s.
Bets are off. All bets are off, Elliot.
I
You have 21s?
have 6 ones. Well, one doesn't.
Well, you know what? Save it for later. Because I don't like that I'm not part of the game.
Save it for later.
I don't like that I don't get to participate. All right, we ready? Here we go. Ready? 1 cent.
Damn
1 cent
it.
ruler. 1 cent
See?
ruler.
See? Yeah.
No. See, me.
Did you say 1 cent?
You said 2, and I said no. You should make it 1 because if they're going to make it 2, they'd make it 1.
Okay, if we were betting, I was still the closest, and I won.
Doesn't matter. My point still stands.
I don't know.
Then why didn't you
Yeah,
say
why didn't you
1?
say a penny then?
Because that's not what I thought. I'm saying if you think it's 2, then you should make it 1. That makes more sense than 2.
I think 5 cents makes the most sense. 1 cent seems crazy
It
low
is crazy.
for anything.
It's crazy.
Right?
I
Hey,
can't
honey,
be-
we got to go to Office Depot. They got the rulers for a penny.
Was there a
But
limit?
they're only 10 cents here at Target. I gotta. Like, who would? Why?
Yeah, what kind of crazy war was it? But seriously, was there like a limit per customer or something?
This won't surprise you. Limit 500. I
How do you
didn't
not
read
take
that
'em
deep
all?
into it. Can you look?
What if you just
Why
went
do I
in-
take them all? Because I didn't even buy one.
What if you just
Take them
went
all
in
and you
bought
sell them for
all?
a nickel on the street. It's a 500% profit.
Push kids out of the way and grab the whole stack.
I just buy a whole stand, and then I hire a couple of kids to stand out front like candy. I want to go to camp.
Why are they so cheap? Gus in the back room made a mistake when he was ordering. Gus, you moved the desk. Oh, now we got 900 rollers.
To be fair to Gus, he's having a tough year.
I said rollers.
You also said, yeah.
Said ruler.
I also thought 900 didn't seem that high. Like that's
guess so.
if a big city Home Depot.
Big city nights.
All right, Pat Francis is here. He's the host of Rock Solid, along with Gary Lucy, terrific offshoot, the sister program, The Never Not Funny. Most recent episode, I believe, has John Waite on it. Is that the
Yep.
most recent?
Yes, it does.
Terrific episode.
Yep, he
that
was
guy was
fantastic.
very forthcoming, very very intelligent. A lot. I will say this about that episode: smarter than I thought he would be. And I don't mean that I'm dumb. I'll say when I'm dumb, but. Sometimes musicians and you and I, we always joke about musician humor, that they're stupid and there's a lack of intelligence there.
Yeah, like if Sammy Hagar came in here, first he would be wearing the belt you're wearing, and then and he would
Do we get a shot of the belt?
and he would not be.
This is all
what's it-
recycled.
What's it say? Red Rocker.
It's Pop Molly, POPMOLLY. I got this for free at a.
You slide out a little so the
Literally looks like something that's in the costume box in my daughter's room.
It might be.
We're playing dress up today.
That's very red.
It's not even working. It's not even keeping another.
You gotta go another notch.
Another notch.
Nah, you know what? One more notch is too tight.
What if he just passed out? He just falls over.
Wait, you just went
You went
three notches.
3 notches.
That's too tight, guys.
Yeah,
You went
so
too many.
Guys.
You're getting a
That's too
nosebleed.
tight.
maybe one back from that
Yeah,
one.
one back.
Or even 2.
Who said he's not a physical
like this
comedian?
earbud posture. Yeah, this
Yeah,
is.
who
Look at the
said it?
physicals. I know.
Apparently, he hasn't known me for 6 years.
No.
I'm saying
I
that's.
open up, I walk. I do bits with the door every time I leave one.
I know that's
I
true.
do physical humor all the time. And while I understand, yes, I'm not in the world of a Chaplin or a Keaton.
Or a hill.
You can turn anything into an insult. My
Or a-
point was that
Or a Mr. Bean.
when you do.
Mr. B made me laugh harder than I've ever laughed in my life once, and I never need to see him again.
If you are you going to get on mic at any point in this episode?
What do you want me to do?
There you go.
His belt was on Mike for a second.
All right. I just went 2 more, I think. Oh, yeah, that's too tight.
What if this whole time Matt just thought you had cerebral palsy and that's why you did all these weird things?
There we go. Now we're back to that.
Back to normal. Back to the belt not working.
You were going overboard on the physical comedy all of a sudden.
So John Waite is smart.
I don't know if that's true.
he was like dropping crazy literary references.
Proust.
Yeah, he's like, he did seem well
And then
read.
he's saying, I ain't missing you. But he's dropping all these.
Well, that's
things.
a rock and roll.
I'm missing you.
Are you saying because he says
At
ain't?
all.
What did you want him to sing?
No,
I'm not missing you at
No,
all.
my point was that then he sings a syrupy crap song that I actually enjoy.
That song's great.
Would you say? Is it safe to say "Missing You" one of the biggest hits of the '80s?
Well, based on what Pat told me, which is that it unseated Tina Turner's
What's Love Got to Do with
it, and what Madonna, Prince, and Bruce Springsteen were all
on the charts at that time.
This is
Cyndi Lauper.
1984, correct?
Yeah.
He unseated like the biggest rock stars of the '80s, the biggest pop stars of the '80s.
I will say that I think it's in the top 5 80 songs of all, not of all time, of the '80s.
Well, the thing about it for me is when some 80s songs come on, I turn the channel. But when that one comes on, I still want to hear it.
Yeah, he's your favorite artist.
He's one of my
hear
favorites.
that, and I'll say this: you were not as fanboy-y as I expected you to be.
I was trying not to be.
You actually did a real nice job. There were a couple times where he derailed you.
Yes,
like
a
I know
little
you
bit.
wanted. I know you
I
wanted to be
know.
fanboy, and I kind of wanted you to be.
Yeah.
Because I think that when you do turn fanboyish a little bit, you do ask the question. Like you ask that one question that teeters on being annoying.
Yeah.
I mean, this is complimentary, by the way.
Oh, I know.
That it teeters on. Oh, here we go. This asshole's going to ask me this for the. But you never go that far. But you go like to the step right before that, and he wouldn't let you. And it was kind of driving me nuts. Like,
Yeah.
oh, he just because I knew where you were heading a couple times, and I wanted you. Okay, here we go. No, then here comes. Socrates. Oh, very good job.
I did talk to him out in the lobby before we brought him in because I always ask everyone if there's anything off limits because I don't want to be that show.
Right.
And so, like with Pamela DeBar, she said, I don't say who's the biggest and I don't say who's the best. So I wanted to open up with, let me ask you, who's the smallest, who's the worst? But so out in the lobby, I said to him, I said, is there anything off limits? He goes, I don't want to talk about fucking Journey.
Oh, good for him. Because you know what? Here's the thing. That's the one, man. It sounded like you could have been, and it's good to know that in advance.
Yeah.
Now that I know that. It was, you were 2 steps away from saying,
Yeah.
and then you went on tour, you're in Bad English,
Yeah.
and now there's Journey. Hey, what's with the flack with Journey right now?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Yeah, so and I wouldn't have asked that anyway. But I go,
Well, then you're not doing your job as a journalist.
and well, I
But-
said, I go, why would I ask you about Journey? He's like, I said something in an interview. I said, Journey's complete shit, and I can't stop hearing the end of it. And I said, well, I do want to talk about Bad English. He goes, yeah, you can talk about Bad English. I go, yeah, I want to talk about Journey.
I would love to know what he meant by that comment. I mean, other than the fact that Journey is shit.
I think it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, but that's his buddy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if when push comes to shove, they're not that different. I mean, they're not. I mean, I know he's your favorite, but John Waite could they could have easily said, instead of Jeff Scott Soto, hey, for this tour, Steve Augeri's leaving, John Waite's going to fill in for the summer.
Yeah.
And you'd go, you know what? Yeah,
Makes
okay,
sense.
I like it.
It's a good
He's got a
fit.
little bit of a rasp to his voice.
Yeah.
Maybe he doesn't hit those notes, but
Right.
I think I'm going to like those versions.
Yeah.
So it's weird to me that the guy that wrote Missing You thinks Journey is shit.
Yeah.
So I would be interested to know exactly why he felt that way.
I think he has a problem with Neil Sean.
Don't we all? Don't we all? Don't we? We look at his 7-inch cuffs.
I think
We
also
look at
that
his face that's tighter than Dean Castronovo's snare drum.
And I also asked him if it was okay to talk about the Nina Blackwood chapter in
Well,
that.
how could it not be? It's in the book, for Christ's sake.
Right, but I mean that might have been
Be her take, right?
Yeah. And
You
he goes, yeah.
yeah, we talked about it on the show.
Yeah, I listened to the episode.
Yeah, so
So
I
you
know.
were going to say something.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were saying, did you know about that? And I was like, yeah, I knew about it. We was talking about it. What was I going to say? Oh, just that, maybe it's a little too close to home. Like, Journey is very similar to John Waite's music, and maybe the fact that he doesn't like it, it's like creeps into like, wait a minute, like, I don't know, sometimes when something is similar to you,
But more successful.
yeah, then you just kind of
Yeah.
resent it, but also just it's like maybe you recognize things in it that you don't like about yourself deep down, and you're just like, nah.
He's also worked very hard on his latest albums
To get away from
all the way
that
even as far back as Temple Bar,
power
which is, what,
ballad.
15 years old.
Yeah, to get away from that power
Yeah,
ballady
so
stuff.
he's worked hard to get away from that. So maybe that's a reminder of his past and blah blah blah.
Well, and he made a point of saying that he hates that Bad English is just known for that Diane Warren song, and I there is a little bit, I think probably what he doesn't like about about Diane Warren type ballads is probably what he doesn't like about Journey. It's what he does, but even more so.
Absolutely right. You can't. Diane Warren's never been in love.
Obvious trivia.
That's one of those obvious.
I'd like to talk to her, I think.
Well, then you make it happen,
Okay.
right? I mean, that's on you.
Sure.
So
Yeah,
why
right.
can't I pull what's the Bad English song? The
When I See You Smile.
When I See You Smile.
When
Thank you.
I see you
And I like that song.
I like that song too.
Seems like everybody, because like Aerosmith, I don't know, maybe they're okay with it, but they
Wanna
probably
Miss a Thing.
Yeah, they don't
Their
probably.
Diane Warren
they don't
song.
like the fact that was
That
probably
song,
their
I-
biggest hit.
That's their only number one hit.
Yeah, probably drives them crazy.
What's Bob Seger's only number one hit?
Shakedown. Breakdown.
You
busted. I found it funny that management just kept telling me that John Waite does not want to sing. He doesn't want to sing. He doesn't want to sing. Every clip we played, he sang in his
was
seat.
singing, yeah.
Sing along to his own
I
music.
think it's one of those things that I think if you would have asked him,
Yeah.
he probably would have said, "Yeah, bloke, I got no problem with it."
Yeah.
That's
Let's do
why
it.
we can reveal today that Garen was nice enough to
brought a
bring
guitar
a
in.
guitar, and we're going to keep this here, and we're going to spring it on any future guest.
Open that up. I want to make sure that's not some Fisher Price thing with.
No, it's actually really nice.
I'm gonna, if you like a guitar that looks like a man's balls,
What does that mean?
it means that a guitar can sometimes be painted to look like a man's balls. That's what it means.
And is the neck just the
Yeah,
shaft?
that's the shaft.
the
And then up
bottom of
top,
the shaft.
And then if it's Ace Frehley, it shoots jizz out the top. By the way, we're watching a Kiss concert the other day, and it's
Sure you
it's
are.
the Ace Frehley solo where he does shoot it.
Yeah.
And Oliver actually goes, "Why is that happening?"
Hey guys, Matt here with some dates for you. Pat Francis hosts the podcast Rock Solid every week. It comes out on Thursdays. It's on iTunes. It's at rocksolidpodcast.com. You can find notes and games there. He's also on Twitter at Pat_Francis. And Jimmy Pardo is going to be at the Skyline in Appleton, Wisconsin on September 20th and the Strand Theater in Shelbyville, Indiana on the 21st of September. Enjoy. Okay.
To see this whole episode or for more great content with comedian Jimmy Pardo, head over to podcast.com. Don't forget to share, rate, and subscribe.